What's up, clan? It's your boy Africantaloupe coming at you with a brand new video. Have you guys ever seen those movies where a family goes cross country and nothing goes according to plan? Like they start off taking a plane, but then someone loses the tickets, then they take a bus, but the bus breaks down, and then they take a train, but the train explodes. You know, a movie where it seems like the world is trying to stop the protagonist from succeeding. Well, today I have a story to share that's in a similar vein. Before we start, here's a little backstory. I live at the edge of my city, Henderson, meaning that if you were to take the freeway one way, it'll take you to the next city over, which is Boulder City. Keep that in mind throughout this entire story. Alright, let's begin. So it was time for me to go to work and I had to take the bus. So I walked over to the bus stop and waited for the bus to come. Problem was, I showed up 30 minutes too early. Mind you, it's summertime and I live in Nevada, which is only a couple degrees away from being hell itself. The bus rolls up and I basically dive in because I need some of that sweet, sweet air conditioning. I pay my fare and I take my seat. Now, you should know something. There are actually two buses that come to that bus stop that I was at. One takes you to Henderson, where my work is, and the other one takes you to Boulder City. All right, kids, it's quiz time. Now let's see. Which bus do you think I took? Think I took the right bus or the wrong bus? Pause this video right now and comment your answers down below. If you get it right, I'll give you a hug or something. Of course I chose the wrong bus. I only realized that when the bus turned onto the freeway and started heading for the next city instead of Henderson. Normally I wouldn't have a problem with this. I'd just get off at the first stop in Boulder City and then wait about 20 minutes for the bus to Henderson to arrive and then hop on that bus and get to work. But that day, I was on a clock. I had less than 1 hour to get to work before I got written up for having too many tardies. So like any normal person, I started tweeting my series of unfortunate events, and I'll put up the tweets as they appear in the story. So the bus is chugging along down the freeway, and then it starts to slow to a halt. And I know damn well we're not in Boulder City yet. So I look out the window and realize that we're in the middle of a huge traffic jam. That's when I start panicking, because at this rate, everyone's moving like 1 mile an hour. They're moving like snails in molasses. So I know now that there's no way I'm getting off this bus and getting to work on time. So I start panicking. And I couldn't just ask the driver to let me off on the freeway. He'd probably look at me and go, "Boy, if you sit your ass down." So I was just patiently waiting my seat until the bus started moving again. And eventually it did, and we started heading towards the city. So we finally arrived at Boulder City, and I get off at the first stop, which is a casino. I order an Uber because there's no way I'm waiting for the next bus to come. A few minutes later, the Uber texts me saying, "Hey man, where are you located?" And I found that kind of weird because Uber is supposed to give the driver a lock on your location so he can come get you. So I check my phone to see where he is, and it turns out that he's at the bus stop where this whole thing started. My phone had given him the wrong location. So he's doing donuts around that bus stop looking for me, and I'm not there because I'm in the next city over. So I text him and let him know where I am, and he says, "All right, man, I'm on my way." It was then I finally realized that something else was very wrong. You see, with it being summertime, I like to wear a t-shirt and shorts before I get to work because the bus drops me off about 20 minutes before my shift starts, giving me just enough time to change into my work clothes. But since things weren't going the way they should have been going, I was still in my regular clothes, and I had 30 minutes before my shift started. That was when my panic level jumped from a 6.5 to 9. Nothing was going according to plan, and I was about ready to ram my head through a wall. And then, 10 minutes later, my Uber finally arrives. So that gives us about 20 minutes to get to my work before I'm considered late. So I get in the Uber and I politely ask him to screw the speed limit and get my ass to work on time. And he goes, "Bet." And he starts speeding down the highway towards my work. I had my fingers, toes, arms, leg, tongue, and eyes crossed, hoping that we'd make it. As we neared my job, I took off my t-shirt and I put on my work shirt, and the driver was totally okay with it. You know, shout out to him. So we finally arrived at my work, and I bolt into the store next door and change into my work pants. I run into my work, I run to the time clock, and I clock in with 1 minute to spare. Against all odds, I got to work on time and in uniform. Hey, editor, can I get a round of applause or like one of those canned yays like they have in sitcoms? Boo! You stink! So I'm proudly walking to the break room to put all my stuff in my locker. And then my manager stops me and proceeds to tell me 7 words that ruined my entire day. Why are you here? You work tomorrow. So that's gonna do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry that I haven't uploaded sooner. I've been asleep for 3 weeks, because that's the excuse we're going with. Anyway, if you liked the video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll be back next week with a brand new video, I promise. But until then, keep your glasses half full.